This is the beginning of our YouTube channel, co-owners. So the name of it is called
BreakTalks.
BreakTalks, where we're going to be discussing a lot of political ideas, social ideas,
But also just
and
have vibes.
yeah, just having vibes, just having nice talks with each other. We want to get a little bit of the people's opinion, or actually maybe the mindset of teenagers right now.
I mean, we are in a school setting, so
Yeah.
like we've got endless opportunities with so many different teenagers.
Yeah, so many cultures, diversity.
I guess we can like introduce ourselves now.
Yeah, okay.
So I'm Shekinah. I've always like wanted to do like YouTube and science, but like never really had the time to, because school and everything. So like this idea of like doing it at school is just like sick, if that makes sense. Yeah. So like I don't know. I'm excited to see how far we go, where we go. I'm excited for the conversation because like just chilling with you and talking at break and stuff like that. Like we have the dopest conversations, and now it's like we can keep them. Like even like after high school, we can like look back at them and stuff like that. So.
My name is Rendani Mpafuli. Of course,
Name and surname.
Yeah, name and surname, everything. Well, I've also been wanting to do a YouTube where I can actually just communicate with people and ask them about their ideas, political views, of course. That's what I'm mostly interested in. I feel like a little micro politician. You know what I mean?
You like going deep into like the world around us and stuff like that.
Yeah, I do. I believe that there's like a lack of teenage involvement. Do you know what I mean? In like bringing up ideas and solutions and
especially in society and stuff like that. I feel like even like the millennials, like I feel like with the politicians now, they're like old. Like we've skipped generations to like
You know what it is? You see, the problem with having old people in politicians in political power is that really they don't care. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like when you get to a specific age, it's no more about us. It's about me, right? And I don't know, maybe this is a factor, but they know they don't have that much life to live. Do you know what I mean?
They're not gonna be living in the tomorrow.
They're in the
like
tomorrow,
us,
yeah,
example,
exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they don't have to care as much, or
do you feel that's why like a lot of like, especially our country, there's like corruption in it because it's like they're gaining now and they're not gonna really feel the impact of the corruption now tomorrow because it's not gonna be there.
This is actually way bigger than what it seems like face value, right? A lot of what I believe is that in African countries now, politicians are placed there to corrupt the country, to devalue it, because our minerals are very valuable to them, the Westerners, or just the Europeans, the Americans, whatever, right?
Yeah.
So the strategy is, if you break down the economy, you can get those. You can capitalize even more. Do you know what I mean? You can get away with a lot more. You can get away with just absolutely
anything.
I don't know what's the word. It's like they benefit 100% while we benefit.
Get nothing. It's like an unfair trade in a way. Yeah. But then again, our generation is so like I feel like voting wise and everything, the older generations don't trust us at all.
Okay, the generation that's saying that about us, when they were in the teenagers, their parents were saying the same thing. You know what I mean?
Fair.
I just think that right now, right, there's been a lot. We're quite sensitive now. I don't think it's a bad thing to be sensitive. It makes us more aware of issues, right? But I believe that we're overly sensitive and we spend too much time on topics that, like, on topics that are, I don't know. I don't want to say not important, right? But compared to what we should be talking about, right? Like this sexual identity. I say, yeah, have your sexual identity. We can't fight you about it, right? But now let's stop always talk about this.
Fair.
And now let's talk about what we're doing in the next 10 years.
Like I feel like with the sexuality and stuff like that as well, it's like fair to like have it and like you have it. I support you and everything, but we don't necessarily. It doesn't have to be your personality. If that makes sense. But also, I understand where it can be portrayed like we seeing it too much, or like sexuality or stuff like that is like spoken about a lot. It's probably because like over the years, I mean, some countries it's still illegal and stuff like that.
Yeah, nah.
So like I feel like to some extent, having voices and stuff like that could be a good thing to like help countries. I mean, we are privileged to be in a country where it's like accepted. You know,
You know,
yeah.
I'll say this, right? Over the decades, right? They've been suppressing this homosexual or blah blah voice for so long. Right now, we're witnessing the ripple effect. So now they suppress them this far, right? So we have to over express ourselves
Yeah.
even more. You know what I mean? And this, nah, this, all, all of it, nah, it's all trying to cancel out what happened in the past.
We've kind of like in a place as society where we seeing like progress from like 20 years ago, but with this progress we've just developed new problems, like if that makes sense. We fix problems by creating new problems, but then it's like asking like now what happens, because if we like, which we see again like with the wars now that's coming up, I don't see, like we saw it fail twice with 2 world wars, but now we're seeing like the third one come in. It's like we, like as human beings, we don't see that history repeats. It's like we literally seeing it, history repeating
Repeats
itself.
itself.
And it's like when there's like a stop or like an end come to that, like what brings that?
An end to that.
Yeah, like
Just the realization. I believe if people just became more aware, right? More, I'd say conscious, you know
yeah.
what I mean, of their actions and what the repercussions of them are. Do you know what I mean? Not just always blatantly just wanting to do whatever, right? I believe that people don't really switch from children to adults, right? It's more like they're still children, but we want to deal with them like in this,
It's
oh,
like
you're an
the
adult, you're
pressure
this,
that's
yeah,
put on
yeah,
it.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
right? So
yeah, fair.
I don't know if that is a solution,
Yeah,
right?
that's
But
like
I think it's one of the things that we need to address. You know, starting maybe being more open with ourselves. You know, a lot of us are dealing with a lot of problems
Yeah.
mentally. Do you know what I mean? Like on some, like they were depressed. You don't feel meaning in life. You don't see the beauty of other things of life itself.
Like, so like, would you think that also like we see the pressure and everything that you mentioned? Would you think that could also like be a problem? Like that thing of like always wanting to bring change and like bring solutions and stuff. Do you think that that's like a block? Huh? Yeah, now it is.
You wanna
Do you wanna join?
join?
Okay,
Pull
come.
up.
It's just a podcast.
Just a
It's just a podcast. We're just talking. Like we went from introducing ourselves to changing the world somehow. No,
You're invisible.
no, you're not visible. Like you can literally just see us in this part. I saw you taking videos of us. Poppy act. They are the problem. We're gonna sue you. It's I don't know because it was bought like different time periods. Yeah, it wasn't bought all at once, but it's here. At the end of the day, it's here.
This is here. So you don't want to join our podcast. You want to maybe get some of your ideas.
Because like, what other time are we gonna have time to do it? No, I don't want the school involved, dog. Nah, like, bro.
This is ours.
Like this
man.
is our
Now
thing.
now we can't swear. Now we can't.
For like most of break. What time does break end actually?
So you guys come here like and break.
Yeah. We've got like 6 minutes to go.
6 minutes.
Yeah.
You guys come here like and break. Like all the time.
Yeah. Naki, you could just because like the audio doesn't catch you.
Yeah, we've just been answering to no one.
Yeah, like they just gotta hear blank, 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 and just us talking. It's fine. I'll edit it out.
I just put subtitles.
Yeah, yeah. I'll just be like there.
Naki added.
But we can't hear you.
Well, subtitles, right?
Yeah.
Okay, ask us a couple of questions.
Like sit here. We won't see you if you sit like there.
Where do you think our like country is heading towards the future? Do you think it's gonna get worse, or do you think it's gonna get better?
By the rate of like the way I'm seeing things, right? It's getting worse. Like how things are right now, I
Exponentially.
do not see it getting better at all. Like
It's exponentially
Exactly.
getting worse. It's
Like-
not just a straight line.
Mm-mm,
It's
it's
more
just-
like compounding every. you know, next year is gonna be 2 times worse, and then
Yeah.
3 years from now is gonna be five
Exactly.
times worse.
Yeah, you're not
Doesn't
visible.
matter, you know what I'm
And then
saying?
I feel like also the thing about it is because the people in power right now, they don't bring solutions. They just tell us what the problems are, and we already know what the problems are. So like, I don't see it getting better at all.
But I believe that we can make it better,
I think we can.
but not by trying to save everybody, because
That's impossible.
that's impossible.
We're not heroes.
We're here to save those who want to be saved. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't get the opportunity to, you know, even realize that there's this other level of thinking and analyticals and just this whole, right, and just understanding themselves, right? So I believe that we can just, when we give them an opportunity and more people start to realize the value.
Okay, I have a different question now. Do you think people have a specific purpose in life, or people are just giving them another purpose in life that they want to believe that they have?
Oh, sorry.
uh, a lot of people don't have purpose.
Why?
And
Like, just elaborate on
why?
yeah, just elaborate on everything that you're saying.
I believe that instead of us praising, you know, religion and purpose and trying to find purpose, we've kind of subsidized it with like trying to be cool,
Yeah.
trying to be the best, trying to put a leverage, try to look down on others so we feel better about ourselves, right?
Yeah, I feel like all of us, like, if you look, like, just look at, like, in school in general, there's, like, we have these different groups, and these different groups of people are, like, one person, in a sense. Like, I feel like also with, like, social media and everything, and everyone's seeing the same content and, like, admiring the same people and stuff like that with the celebrities and everything, we've all, like, no one's themselves. Everyone, like, strives to be someone else. Even, like, if it's not consciously, like, subconsciously, you wore a certain outfit because you saw it on Pinterest and you tried making it to earn it that way. So I don't think everyone has, like, I feel like humanity has, like, lost its uniqueness, if that makes sense. Like, we're not the same people we were when we were children. Like, going through
We
schools.
lose that
and
innocence,
exactly.
and
We've
that's
lost it.
I think that's one of the most detrimental things to us, that we lose our innocence, lose our childness. Just we want to grow up, right? So we don't have as much fun. We don't see the same value in the same things. Everybody must be blocked into this same, you know, type of thinking. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Now the popular kids, the
Exactly.
this, the
If I don't do this, I'll get bullied.
yeah, you
If I
get
don't
bullied,
do this, yeah.
and then we also heavily assume, right? Heavily assume people's ideas and goals just based on their looks.
Yeah.
Not even had a conversation with you, but just telling, oh, you're a boy,
Exactly.
you have this and piercings.
You do this
Yeah,
and that
you're
and
an
this.
F boy
Exactly.
already, and
Yeah.
we mistake that for fact.
Yeah. I think we're gonna like have to cut it though, cause like yeah, break ends in 5 minutes. Thank you, Naki, for coming. Even though you were not really on the video, we do appreciate your presence.
Ask good ass questions, no cap.
Yeah.
I don't have any questions in mind right now.
Yeah. We can have you as a guest, like a proper guest, the next time. Actually, we should like have guests.
Just have
Yeah. Have a thing, and we'll talk about you and your views on life as well. Fun times. Okay, I think we can cut it now. Or do you want to do a proper? Do you want to do a proper outro? Outro.
I don't know.
That's cringy.
That's
I
break
don't know.
talks,
Yeah.
break walks.
See you guys.
Yeah,
Okay.